Hey, let's study some scales with the help of Francisco Tarrega and the first exercise in E major. Let's dive in. I adopt the quarry method, which is I tear out quarry stones from the exercise in order to learn it in the best way possible. I will show you how I do that. My first quarry you see here. It's just the E major scale, and what you need is your metronome at 40 beats per minute. Now, before you start, check your position. Contact with the feet and the floor. Contact with the chair. How is your spine? How is your back? What are you doing? Your shoulders and your hands. Get your open starting position in both hands. Take the tempo and go. Make sure that while playing, the finger that actually produces the note in the left hand is the only to press. If we have the F sharp is pressing. The other fingers are not really relaxed totally, but as relaxed as possible because they don't have to work. Then when passing to G sharp, the pressure and the tension passes to the fourth finger and leaves the second one, even if this one remains on the string, which is quite okay if it does, but it doesn't have to press any longer. That are the things to observe while playing, and this explains why I start with 40 beats per minute. The second scale in line is the one in the 9th position. Same procedure. In this part of the exercise, we have another item to watch out carefully, which is the extension of the fourth finger for the D sharp. Tarrega actually, in this very point, turns back. Just as to point out, be careful with the fourth finger and the extension of the same. One thing we have to consider in all studies that treat about scales is coordination of both hands. And for the coordination of both hands, I use the so-called commanding games. What is that? I have a commander and a follower. The commander can be the left hand, for example, and the follower, consequently, the right one. The mindset is that when the left hand moves, the right hand has to play, but the right hand follows in some way the command of the left one. I will show you that on the next example, which is the scale in thirds. The next quarry stone are position changes in the scale in line. Look at this. This is a so-called direct position change because the first finger passes from F sharp to G sharp. For those position changes, the left hand commanding game is very much indicated because the left hand does the bigger work, so to say. It has more way to go. Use the rests in the second bar just to feel your position, feel your shoulders, feel your hands, the feet, the chair, everything, just to improve your position and your relaxed sitting. The next position change is an indirect one. We start here. And the change is between B with the fourth finger and C sharp with the first one. Commanding game, left hand. The next position change is from 9th to 11th position. The next is from 11th to 16th position. Those position changes obviously occur one after the other. So, next example. In the third part, there are position changes that use open strings. You already saw that. Direct position changes in the third part. In that part occurs again the extension between 3 and 4, so keep in mind that too. All these thirds position changes, by the way, are direct because they are direct from the third finger. Let's see when it occurs around the 12th fret. There is one bar actually which is a quite, well, it's a bit special in this piece because it's the repetition of. This is a kind of slow trill, so to say, and here you can actually adopt very well this principle of the finger that makes the note has tension, the finger that's not playing actually the note but it's on the string has no tension, and the alternation of this feeling. This can get a point of rest actually, even if it's quite fast when you play all the study. Anyway, try to feel this game of changing tensions. Last thing to do is put all these single exercises in line as the study of Tarrega is. Do that again with metronome. Start slowly, especially if this is the first thing you do in your practice session. Then you have to warm up, and you can do that easily with this study, playing the exercises, the single quarry stones, and do them really slow with all that mindsets that we had, the commanding game, shoulders, spine, chair, feet, hands as well, which finger is pressing, 40 beats per minute per note. This gives you all the time you need to control all these, to control all the single issues, for example, if you play the right note or not. Okay, last thing, if you are interested to develop your knowledge of the fretboard in all the single quarry stone exercises, go to say loud the notes that you play. Do that. That's very, very good to know actually your fretboard. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A. What did I say? E sharp? Okay. I hope you liked this video. If you did so, like button, subscribe to the channel, let me know if you're interested in the PDFs, and then, yeah, have fun studying with Tarrega. It's a good scale training. Do that.